Well, good morning, everyone. It's so great to be here in Quincy today at the Snug Harbor Community School to celebrate our state's new Green Schoolworks program. My name is Emily Reichert, and I'm the CEO of the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center, otherwise known as MassCEC. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I'd like to start by acknowledging several elected leaders who are with us today. Thank you to House Speaker Mariano, House Ways and Means Chair Michaelwitz, I believe is coming or on his way, Senator Keenan, and Mayor Koch for being here. We are so glad to have you with us. We're also grateful to have Secretary of Energy and Environmental Affairs, Rebecca Tepper, here with us today. There she is. And we are honored to have her serving as the board chair for the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center. And finally, representing the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, we have Matt Denninger, Chief Strategy and Research Officer. As many of you know, MassCEC is the state's clean energy and climate tech economic development agency. Our priority, or one of our priorities, is to make commercial buildings, schools, homes, in Massachusetts healthier, safer, and more energy efficient. We do this by helping residents, business owners, and school districts implement cost-effective clean energy improvements. This past June, we awarded our first ever Green Schoolworks grants, over $52 million for 18 public school districts in Massachusetts. These school districts propose projects that make the best use of the funds based on a rigorous and competitive evaluation process. In total, we received 55 applications requesting $166 million, which is why I'm excited to share that we have another $20 million to award this year through the program, thanks to the legislative leadership here today. From here in Quincy to Springfield, this funding will empower schools to move from aging, energy inefficient systems that are costly to maintain and can be detrimental to student and teacher health. The Green Schoolworks program would not be possible without the strong support and leadership of Speaker Mariano and the entire Massachusetts State Legislature. We're so grateful to have a legislature and community leaders that recognize that clean energy is an opportunity to improve health and well-being and to make life more affordable while creating new jobs. We're also grateful for the leadership of Governor Healy, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll, and our incredible partners at the Executive Office of Education and the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs. And we're very grateful to the folks at Snug Harbor Elementary School for hosting us today. We just had a wonderful tour and learned how much has been done here already. And we're excited to see the Green Schoolworks grant do its good work to help with this progress. Now, please join me in welcoming Quincy Schools Public Schools Superintendent Kevin Mulvey to the podium.
Thank you, Doctor. How about a round of applause for Dr. Reichert? Thank you so much. Good morning. On behalf of the Quincy Public Schools and the Snug Harbor Elementary School community, I'm honored to welcome you all here today and to express the district's deep appreciation for an incredible investment in our future here at Snug Harbor. I also want to thank Assistant Superintendent Dr. Perkins, Snug Harbor Principal Scott Perfetio, Snug Harbor Assistant Principal Diane Babcock for assisting today, and I also do want to recognize our Vice Chair of the Quincy School Committee, Tina Cahill, who is with us here today, so thank you all for being here. We are thrilled that the City of Quincy has been awarded $4.5 million in Green Schoolworks grants for Snug Harbor Community School. This is just not a grant. It is a commitment to our students, to our educators, and to the health and sustainability of our school facilities, and it really is amazing. I want to extend our heartfelt thanks, of course, to the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center, to Dr. Emily Reichert, the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, of course, Speaker Mariano and Mayor Koch for their leadership in launching and supporting the Green Schoolworks program here in Quincy and throughout the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Your work is transforming learning environments across the state, and we are proud to be a part of that transformation. This initiative reflects the best of what public service and partnership can achieve: cleaner, healthier, more energy-efficient schools that lower operating costs and, of course, puts students first. And here at Snug Harbor, with the support of the mayor's team, Commissioner Hines, Director LaForest, these funds will make a lasting difference not only for the students walking these halls, but for generations to come. Thank you all.
Well, thank you, Superintendent, and congratulations. Support from our local communities is so vital to our clean energy future, and that includes the state's mayors and town managers. It's my pleasure to introduce one of these local climate leaders, Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch.
Thank you. Great day here at Snug Harbor. Great day for our city of Quincy. I'm grateful to the Healy administration for some of these innovative programs. And certainly it's great to see each of you here, Secretary Tepper and the team, everyone that's been involved in this program statewide. I frequently talk with the speaker about a lot of different issues. The speaker has always come through. He's never forgot, really, especially the schools, but the importance of local government and what we do. This is where the rubber hits the road. So I'm grateful to the speaker for his leadership on so many initiatives. We were here last year on the free lunch program statewide. So again, thank you, Speaker, for all your work. I appreciate Tina Cahill, Vice Chair of the School Committee, working together with her, former school committee member Frank Santora, former principal. Our City Council at large, who's on her goodbye tour. She's finishing her term this year, 10 years of service. Nina, thank you for your good work. You always supported the schools at the legislative appropriation levels, so we're grateful for that. And of course, the leadership of the team we have with Superintendent Mulvey and Dr. Perkins and every one of our schools. But here at Snug Harbor, I believe this school is truly the heart of this peninsula. It really is that safe place that our kids go to, and they share in what we believe our Quincy Public School, we call it the family, really. These kids are cared for and loved each and met where they are, and they're fully embraced. And as mayor, working with my public buildings department, we're always trying to provide the best in the environment, right? So teachers and frontline is most important, but we need to have safe, friendly, and certainly healthy environments in our buildings for our kids. And we're on our 5th new school working with the State Building Authority. Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. But in addition, all of our other buildings need attention. It's much like your house, you got to keep maintaining and upgrading. We have more than 80 municipal buildings that we maintain. A few years ago, we created the Public Buildings Department. Prior to that, it was kind of an arm of Public Works, but never really got a whole lot of attention. But with Commissioner Hines, David Scott heading up our HVAC and ventilation, all that world, Margaret LaForest and her work on the grant writing, and we have a team, Don Martin, that really focuses on each of these levels. And I know in talking to Congressman Lynch over the years, it's one thing to have the programs available. It's another thing to apply for the program, have a first-class application with all of the detail and work. That doesn't just happen automatically. So we have a great team. I thank the team for that. And this is part of several million-dollar renovation in this building, in our buildings throughout the city. So great day. Thank you to our state partners, and more to come.
Well, thank you, and congratulations, Mayor. And I just want to compliment you on the team that Quincy put together. The proposal was really great, so congratulations. It's now my honor to introduce someone who has a very special connection to this Snug Harbor Elementary School. In fact, on our tour just now, we learned his classroom was number 24. He's a champion of the Green Schoolworks program. Please join me in a warm round of applause for Massachusetts House Speaker Ronald Mariano.
Thank you. Thank you. Seems like I've been here a lot lately. And I'm happy to be here for this. Other than the free lunch and free breakfast program that we instituted, this is almost as important. For the longest time, and I go back to my time here, which was, and I'm going to date you, Frank, was 35 years ago. Frank was in education at the time, and we were colleagues. So it's good to see him here, and it's great to see him picking up the challenge that's left in the Quincy school system. This school was one of the poor stepchildren of the fleet of schools in Quincy. And it always had been mainly because of the population that it served. And when I was here, you came down here and played in the gym any time after February, you'd roast down here. You would roast, and the kids used to come down and they'd go back to class totally out of sorts, soaking wet. And you'd have to get them back to focus on the tasks at hand, which was always a challenge. A significant step in what we're doing here today eliminates those extremes. It allows kids to be comfortable. It allows them to relax, to focus fully on the learning that they're here to receive. You know, it used to bother me because people didn't understand how many people came to this school hungry. And you didn't have to spend much time in this building 30 years ago before you realized that about 40% of the kids coming to school didn't have breakfast. So it's been a no-brainer for me. The second most irritating thing was the condition of the building and the extremes. If you were on the link, it was cold. The wind had come off the fields through the windows in the link, and your temperature had dropped 10 or 15 degrees. All of those problems can be dealt with now. This is a great plan. It's something that was needed long before we sit here today. But I'm so happy to see that we've been able to use some of the money that we generated in the fair tax to improving the facilities that we send our kids to. Because in order for them to be successful, they have to be ready to accomplish the tasks that are before them. And they're not going to do it if they're uncomfortable, if they're too hot, or they're too cold, or they're hungry. So I'm so happy for the Mass CEC that they've chosen the Quincy plan. I really appreciate your wise decision-making process. Because I know it was well thought out. But I also know that, you know, the time I was in Quincy, we all recognized Snug Harbor needed help. So it's great for me to be able to contribute to helping Snug Harbor, a place that always had a soft spot in my heart for Snug Harbor, even though I reluctantly was placed there by the superintendent, not the present superintendent. So sometimes you don't know what's good for you. And this was a case where I didn't understand how life-changing the kids coming out of this building can be. You can take kids a long way if you show interest, you show you care, and you work with them. And I know the teachers here will do that. I know the teachers in Quincy will do that. So with that, I'm very, very confident this is a major, major step forward, a major step in creating a new type of graduate from the Snug Harbor School, a well-rounded, attended student who's on to success. So with that, I say thank you. I want to thank the superintendent. I want to thank the mayor. And I certainly want to thank the governor. You know, we get tons of these programs all the time, and John Keenan's here, the senator, and I want to recognize that we all voted for this. This is something we all believe in. The Quincy delegation is strongly united in improving the environmental conditions of our schools. And so we will continue to investigate what needs to be improved and how to write those grants even better than we've written them in the past. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Speaker Mariano, for those inspiring words. It's now my pleasure to introduce the woman spearheading the state's energy efforts on behalf of the Healy Driscoll administration. Please welcome Massachusetts Secretary of Energy and Environmental Affairs, Rebecca Tepper.
Well, what a great morning. Thank you so much for the tour this morning. It was really interesting to see all the work that's already happening. I mean, as the mayor said, doing all of this kind of work really does take a team. Not only does it take a capital stack that is built with lots of different grants, but it also takes the people who are writing the grant applications, the people who are looking at the grant applications, the people who actually do the work, the legislature that allows the money to come. I mean, it takes a village in order to all of us to be here today. I wanted to point out my village. I have with me today Undersecretary Catherine Antos, who oversees our state decarbonization and resilience strategies. Just want to thank you, Emily, and your team. Running these grant programs is a real honor, but it also is a real work, and you have to be dedicated to make sure that you find the best grants and make sure that projects are going to happen and that the money is well spent. So I thank you to you and your team. I know all have been a real champion of this program, and I'm really excited to see it moving forward. And thank you to our partners at DESE. Really couldn't do any of this work without their focus on schools throughout Massachusetts and commitment to the infrastructure and making the infrastructure better. So really excited to be here. As you know, there's going to be a whole energy makeover here. There's going to be air source heat pumps, LED lights, better ventilation, and improved weatherization. And that's going to make the school, as the speaker said, more comfortable for students and educators and healthier. We talk a lot about asbestos this morning, and so when you open up the school to do the asbestos, while you have the stuff open, like, make it even better and healthier, and that's the tack that you're taking here in Snug Harbor, and Snug Harbor? Yes, made sure I said that right. And I think that is not only good for students, but it also is the most economical way to make these changes. So I know that this is not the first time that this city is doing projects like this. I wanted to recognize that Quincy has been a green community since 2012. And that means that they have blown past their electricity reduction targets and doing innovative projects like this one. And they've worked hard to achieve the target of reducing energy by more than 20%, even while municipal operations have grown. So now, as a community first partner with Mass Save, the city is really set to see even more savings. So thank you so much, Mayor, for your commitment to this effort and being a real partner on this work. Programs like this really are critical in helping municipalities make these upfront investments and see them pay off in the long run. We've also proposed some legislation that we hope will advance these kinds of projects. Governor Healy's energy affordability legislation provides additional tools to finance these type of projects to save energy costs and make healthier buildings. So our students, as we have all noted, really do deserve the healthiest place to learn and grow. And they need facilities that are powered by cutting-edge technologies like this school now will be. So wanted to thank you all and thank you for being here today and for joining us in this really exciting occasion. So thank you, Emily, and I'll give it back to you.
Thank you so much, Secretary Tepper. This morning's final guest speaker is here to represent the state's Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, Education Secretary Patrick Tutwiler, and DESE Commissioner Pedro Martinez. From funding to frequent collaboration, DESE has been our closest partner in the development of the Green Schools program. And I just want to say thank you to you, Matt, because here's another person, in addition to Martha, who I see is here today, and our whole Mass CEC team, who was reviewing those 55 applications and scoring them. And it is not an easy task, so I just want to appreciate all the folks who were involved in that. All right, and with that, I'll welcome Matt up.
Hi, everyone, and thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. Matt Denninger. I've been the program lead on the Mass CEC project since its inception, and greatly appreciate the money coming down through DESE and then being able to partner with Mass CEC, the Governor's Climate Office, EEA, and other state agencies. It does very much take a village, and I'm really happy to be part of that village. So on behalf of Secretary Tutwiler and Commissioner Martinez, we thank you, and we are very excited about this program, both as it exists now and going forward. You know, I walked into this building and it brought me back to elementary school. And when I thought about elementary school, I thought about the boiler room. And yeah, you laugh because you know what happened in the boiler room. It was the place where certain individuals went to smoke cigarettes in that old boiler room. And I think about that time, and I come, and here I am probably 40 years later, and I think to myself, wow, how far we have come. Cigarettes are not allowed even on the campus of public schools, let alone in a school building. We have updated curriculum, we have updated technology, we have so many great things that we've done over the years. And yet, in a lot of these schools, that same old boiler is chugging away, burning fossil fuels. And so I'm so excited to be part of something that can finally update those boilers to air source heat pumps and other green technology. You know, the future is green, and so we're super happy to be a part of it, so that in 2025, instead of smoking cigarettes near that old boiler, they can vape near the air source heat pump. Just kidding. Don't put that on television. Anyway, look, anything that is going to improve the health and well-being of our students, you can count us in at DESE. So thank you very much. It's a privilege to be a part of this program.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you again to all of our speakers today. I'll ask you to hang with us for just a few minutes while I share all of the grantees projects that are here with us today. We have 11 grantees. If you're a grantee, maybe raise your hand. Yes, so we've got quite a few grantees. We've got representatives from Barnstable, Boston, Brockton, Fall River, Lynn, Orange, Quincy, obviously, Salem, and Springfield, and Stoughton here with us today. So this is a long list, but what I would encourage you to do is not only listen to the geographic diversity of projects, these really are across the entire state, but also the different things. It's not just solar and a heat pump. These schools are really upgrading equipment that in some cases, as we saw today, is 75 years old, 50 years old. And so these are meaningful projects, not only in terms of their reduction in energy use and cost and student health, but there are opportunities for the school to do things that they need to do to keep our buildings safe and upgrade them in ways that you might not initially expect when you think about clean energy. So, starting with Glickman Elementary School in Springfield. They will install air source heat pumps and ventilation upgrades. Barnstable United Elementary School will install heat pumps. Excel Academy Charter High School in Boston will double its rooftop solar capacity. Boston Public Schools will install air source heat pumps, ventilation upgrades, a building management system, and electric service upgrades, and air filtration at their 95 G Street building, soon to be home of a Boston Public Schools high school. Greylock Elementary School in North Adams will use funding to help cover the cost difference between ground source heat pumps and conventional HVAC. Horace Mann Laboratory School in Salem will install air source heat pumps and ventilation. Joan d'Arc, hopefully I'm saying that right, school in Lowell will install air source heat pumps and complete weatherization and energy efficiency work. Elmer J. McMahon Elementary School in Holyoke will install air source heat pumps. Lynn Vocational Technical Institute will use funds for heat pump water heaters, electric service upgrades, and distribution service upgrades. Otis Elementary School in Boston will install air source heat pumps and ventilation upgrades. Plouffe Middle School in Brockton will install air source heat pumps and a building management system. The Ralph C. Mayer Regional School in Orange will install air source heat pumps, ventilation system upgrades, and heat pump water heaters. Rheingold Elementary School in Fitchburg will install air source heat pumps, ventilation upgrades, and electrical system upgrades. Richard L. Wilkins Elementary School in Stoughton will install air source heat pumps, a heat pump water heater, electrical service upgrades, and a building management system. Samoset Middle School in Leominster will install air source heat pumps, ventilation upgrades, a building management system, and weatherization. Smith Vocational and Agricultural High School in Northampton will install heat pump water heaters. And as you heard today, Snug Harbor Elementary School in Quincy will install air source heat pumps, ventilation upgrades, electric service upgrades, and a building management system, and LED lighting. And last but not least, William S. Green Elementary School in Fall River will install air source heat pumps and a building management system. We're so excited to work with all of you as we help make our public schools healthier, safer, and more efficient for both students and teachers. Applications for the next round of Green School Works Awards will open later in this year, so keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, please feel free, and we encourage you to engage with our team, Mass CEC team, if you want to stand up. I know there's Meg. Yep, we've got some back there. Stand up, wave. These folks are very willing to work with you on applications and help you to develop the best possible use of these funds, given all the different programs that are out there to support schools. And don't forget, public school districts can still apply, this is open right now, to receive Green School Works technical assistance. Please spread the word to your networks of fellow school leaders. And again, I'll invite you to chat with the Mass CEC folks and learn more about opportunities for efficient buildings at Mass CEC. So thank you again for joining us today. Special thanks to Speaker Mariano, Secretary Tepper, Mayor Koch, Superintendent Mulvey, and Matt Denninger. And thank you to the Quincy Public Schools and Snug Harbor for hosting us. And to Margaret LaForest of the City of Quincy, who I understand is kind of the master orchestrator here. So great job to everyone on the Quincy team. While this is the end of our speaking program, I encourage you to stay to enjoy some refreshments, which look quite good, and stick around to chat with other school districts and the Mass CEC team.